But now that we're in Cyanwood, yeah, I'll go back and get those trainers really quick. But essentially after that, I'm done. I don't really have anything else to talk about or do. So, yeah, let's go back in the water, do a bit of surfing, and see if we can find some more trainers. Okay, here's a trainer. See those islands that are blocked by whirlpools? There just has to be a secret. There might be. You could be right about that. Okay, so we have a swimmer. We have swimmer Burke? Berkey? Oh, and it's Qwilfish. Okay. So yeah, Qwilfish is the rare Pokemon that Fisherman Ralph can help you find. You can get one pretty early in the game. It's just very, very low chance of getting it. Not really a big fan of Qwilfish, though, because it's a water poison type, but I feel like Tentacool fits the bill a lot better. Plus, Tentacool can actually evolve, too, so Qwilfish just doesn't seem worth it, honestly. I have an interesting name planned for Qwilfish, though. I'll say that right now. Oh, come on, let me talk to her. You look so elegant riding your Pokemon. I picture myself riding Mr. Vile right now, and he just like seems like a vicious crocodile swimming through the water. Okay, we have Swimmer Susie. Swimmer Susie has a Psyduck, and I think she also has a Goldeen as well. But Swimmer Susie shouldn't be too difficult, I don't think. Nah, I got this. Yep, she has a Goldeen. And yeah, I think if Mr. Vile reaches 29, I'll just use the rare candy just to get it over with. Or I'll do that if it looks like he's gonna faint and he can't do it anymore. Because if he can reach it by himself, I would like to do that. Instead of switching out so quickly. That's just me, though. Oh, so close to 29. That's the second time that he's almost leveled up. Okay, another trainer. I believe this is Swimmer Kaylee. Hello, Kaylee! Nice to meet you, and meet your Goldeen. Now, you gotta look out for Kaylee, because Kaylee does have a Seaking, which is Goldeen's evolved form. It's not really tough, but it is kind of out of the blue, which is why I said look out for it. Well, we gotta get through another Goldeen first. Almost out of bites already. Although it might not be so bad, because I feel like Mr. Vile's attack power is better than his special attack power. So I think Scratch might actually do more damage than Bite does right now. As weird as that might seem. Okay, here we go. We got Seaking. Let's do this. I'll go ahead and test it. Bite does that much damage. Scratch. Oh my god, that does do a lot more damage. Never would expect Scratch to do this much damage. This, I don't want to say this late in the game, because I'm not really that late in the game. There's still a lot to this game to go, but I'm not exactly early in the game either. Okay, that takes care of Kaylee. I want to say there's another trainer around here too. Well guys, guess who got poisoned? Which means I'm doing it. Mr. Vile grew to level 30. What? Mr. Vile is evolving! And here we go, our first fully evolved starter. Your Mr. Vile has evolved in Feraligatr. Awesome. I always thought Feraligatr's name was really weird because They basically cut it off, like Gator off. So it's not Gator, it's Gator, whatever it's supposed to be. I always thought that was interesting the way they had to do it that way because of the characters in the Pokemon's name. Because if you, it's basically if you put the O in Gator, then it's not going to be one space longer than what it actually is. I feel like they did the same thing with Weepinbell and Victorybell as well in Pokemon Gen 1. Like I feel like they got rid of one letter too much. And yeah, we came up against a freaking Tentacruel, which is really rare. I don't know if it's as rare as Mantine is to find, but still pretty rare and still a big threat of the sea to deal with. Okay. I'm gonna leave this in because it is a fight against a Tentacruel, which is kind of a challenge in its own right. Plus, I believe we'll get some good experience from this too. Maybe Swampire will finally learn his flying move for the game. Okay, maybe not in this battle, but 600 experience is always nice to get. Okay, I'm going to explore this side, and after this I'll probably just end this session, because I'm getting a little tired of recording. Okay guys, never mind. I don't really want to worry about trying to look for these trainers. I don't want to spend a lot of time doing a scavenger hunt, especially if I don't even know for sure if I can even fight all of them. So I want to hold off on that right now. I'm going to go ahead and end my recording session here. Thank you guys for watching again. Next time I'm actually going to try to do a morning session. There's not a lot that really happens in the morning time though. I know that there are some Pokemon that only appear during the morning time. Ladybug in Pokemon Silver is a good example of that. But, you know, I might start a session like very close to the end of the morning and then it'll go in the afternoon. And then on the session after that I'll probably do a night session. So that's probably how I'm going to be doing the time of day sessions from now on. I'll just do like one morning day session, then a night session, and then just kind of go like that for the rest of this project. But thank you for joining me. Had a good time as always. This has been Pokemon Trainer Rob. Cue the post-Pokemon catching and evolving session. And if not, I'll see you guys in the next video where I'll start with that. So, later folks. Okay, I'm not going to mess around anymore, guys. I'm going to get to these evolutions and Pokemon catches immediately. I'm going to breeze through these and make sure they go as fast as possible. First of all, took my Magmar to the daycare center. It created an egg with the Ditto that I had there, and as a result, I got a Magby, which is the baby form of Magmar. I'm going to nickname it after a good friend of mine, IronManda42. She is a YouTuber and cosplayer. And she's been a really good friend of mine for a really long time. I named her Magmar in my Generation 1 playthrough. Since then, I've given her the name Magmanda, which I think is pretty cute, so that's exactly what the name is going to be for that Pokemon. Next up, we have Miltank. You can catch Miltank in the routes north of Olivine. Miltank has about a 5% chance of showing up, but I was able to find one and catch one and add it to my collection. I am going to give it the nickname of Xenonia after YouTube user Xenonia11, also known as Odinspac's sister. I asked Odin what was some of her favorite Pokemon, and he said that Miltank was one of her favorites. Xenonia, if this is not true, blame your brother, not me. You were not around when I was coming up with nicknames, and that's what your brother told me, so that's all I have to say. Next up we have Snubbull. Snubbull can also be found in the routes north of Olivine. I did not have a nickname for this guy, and funnily enough, Schoolboy Chad did not call me about Snubbull either. I was just capable of finding one of my own accord, which is definitely possible. It just only has a 1% chance of showing up. Next, I went to some of the rocks really close to Olivine, and I decided to use Rock Smash against them. And sure enough, I found both of the Rock Smash Pokemon you can get. First up, we have Shuckle. Kind of talked about Shuckle very briefly in the one of the last few parts. Very interesting Pokemon, has a lot of defense, and kind of cute too. But was able to catch one. I believe I nicknamed it after a Banjo-Kazooie character, or rather just a Rareware character in general. I decided to name this guy after Tiptup the Turtle, one of my favorite racers in Diddy Kong Racing, and honestly just a funny and quirky character that I decided to name this little guy after. And I feel like I needed a Banjo-Kazooie reference because, honestly, why not? Why not indeed? The other Pokemon you can get is Krabby. We've seen Krabby in Generation 1. This Krabby was actually female, though. So I decided to change the name just a little bit. I believe I named it Mr. Krabbs in my Generation 1 playthrough. It was either Mr. Krabbs or Sidestepper. I really don't remember what I named it, but I decided to go the Mr. Krabbs route, and because it was a female, I just made a very, very slight change to the name. I suppose I could have done this kind of nickname convention for a lot of other Pokemon as well, but, you know, for very specific name dedications, especially to my friends, I wanted to make sure that I had, like, I wanted to have their actual names. I didn't want to have a femaled version of my male friends' names and a maled version of my female friends' names, so that is what it is. Also was capable of getting a Weedle during the bug catching contest. Weedle is the last Pokemon I needed from the bug catching contest, since I've already gotten a Pinsir, Scyther, and Venonat. And I named Weedle for its final evolution after Honey Queen from Super Mario Galaxy and the Mario series. Plus it was female, so it worked, so there you go. I was also able to get a phone call from Ralph the Fisherman, who let me know that Qwilfish were actually capable of being found on Route 32. So I went back there, took out my good rod, and sure enough, the first Pokemon I found was a Qwilfish. Like I said before, not really a huge fan of Qwilfish. This guy actually wasted a lot of my Pokeballs because it used Minimize, so had to go to my Fastball, which was one of the special balls that Kurt crafted for me. But I was finally able to catch it, and despite what I said earlier on in the playthrough, I do not have a name for this guy. I was thinking of something else, so you guys are going to have to come up with a name for that. Now we're going to get to the Pokemon evolutions. Weedle evolves at level 7, and it evolves into a Kakuna. Funnily enough, I actually caught a level 11 Weedle, so technically this Kakuna evolved at level 12 and then evolved again at level 13. But Beedrill is an evolution you can get at level 10, so got kind of a late Weedle evolution here, but I do not plan on using Weedle or its evolutions, so didn't really think it really mattered that much. Both my GaiaMaiden and PixlPlume evolved into Gloom at level 21. I only got Gaia's evolution though because I forgot to evolve when forgot to record when Pixel started evolving. And Chives, the Bellsprout, also evolves at level 21 into Weepinbell. So those are those two grass types taken care of for right now. Sandshrew, TMSonic, evolves at level 22 into Sandslash. So there we go, got Sandslash on my team. Also at level 22, what's his name? Spinarak evolves into Ariados, so SN is now an Ariados. Not a big fan of spiders, but Ariados does look pretty cool. Next up we have Snubbull. I don't have a nickname for this guy yet, so again, give those nicknames to me. And at level 23, Snubbull evolves into Granbull. So, that evolution is taken care of. Next we have Paris, my Toadette. She evolves at level 24 into Parasect. Gotta admit, Parasect looks kind of cool right here. I don't know why, it just looks really, really cool. Next up, ShotzRox the Geodude, finally evolved at level 25 into Graveler. That takes care of one of my trade evolutions. I'll still need to get a few others. Well, actually, I think I have Kadabra taken care of, too. And here's another one. Sith, my Ghastly, evolved into Haunter, also at level 25. So I now have a Haunter on my team. And now I have two very important evolutions, because they actually have to do with my final team. Chinchou evolves at level 27 into Lanturn. And let me just say, I am already extremely impressed with Lanturn so far. I'm really looking forward to using it. And my other evolution was my Eevee. It evolves via happiness during the daytime into Espeon. So Eevee technically has two happiness evolutions. I'll get the other one next. I'm currently working on that as we speak. But yeah, I have an Espeon now, so hooray for that. I also decided to give it the nickname after a good friend of mine from the past. I've actually even made a Slim Kirby Sings song in dedication to her. After Hyrule Girl 9, just gonna go with Hyrule Girl because numbers are not capable of being used in nicknames. But she was a really great friend of mine back in the day, and wanted to honor our friendship by including her as part of my final team for my Pokemon Gold playthrough, even though all of my Eevees are technically male, so I could not do anything about that. But there we go. That's pretty much going to do it for this session of Pokemon Gold. Thanks for watching, everybody. I also gave nicknames to my Furret, my Noctowl, my Onix, and my other Slowpoke. For Furret, I have given it the name Tanuki after the Super Mario Bros. Series. I thought that was a really perfect name that you guys picked out, and I thought it worked well for my Furret, so I decided to give it that nickname. I gave Noctowl the name Kaepora after Kaepora Gabora from the Legend of Zelda series. Another video game dedication, but I feel like it worked in that case. In no surprise, my Onix got the nickname Solid Snake. A lot of people are really pushing that nickname, and you know what? I think it's going to work, especially for its evolution as well. So Onix has been given the name Solid Snake. And finally, we have my other Slowpoke, which is not really a creative nickname by any means, but I feel like it was the best name that I actually encountered on the video where I asked for nicknames. And because that Slowpoke was actually a female Slowpoke, I have given it the name Slow Sis, because that is the Slowpoke that's going to become a Slowbro. So those are all the nicknames, and with that, I can start fresh in the next video with the gym battles in both Cyanwood and in Olivine. So I will see you guys for that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. This has been Pokemon Trainer Rob. Have a good day, folks.